Okay, today we are going to discuss opinion essay, and first of all we are going to see how to identify that this is opinion essay. It's very important to identify essay topic so that you don't write a wrong essay. Most of the time students write wrong essays because they don't understand if it is opinion essay, what are the possible questions examiners might write in your essay writing question rubric. We use the word rubric. The question which is printed on the paper, we call it question rubric. So whenever there is an opinion essay, just remember, simply ask yourself if the question is asking you for your opinion, that is an opinion essay. Whenever they are asking you to give your opinion, for opinion they may use the word viewpoint. They may use the word, what do you think? So what do you think? Your viewpoint, your opinion, that means it's an opinion essay, the first thing. Second, there are some sentences which are commonly used whenever they give you opinion essay. The first one is, how far do you agree or disagree with this statement? They give you a topic statement, and then they say, how far do you agree or disagree with this statement? Number two, to what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? Now, agree, disagree and opinion essay, they are same. How far do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is a common sign that you are supposed to write an opinion essay. After that, do you think this is a positive or a negative development? Do you think means opinion. Positive or negative development. Now you have to choose either positive development or you got to decide if it is a negative development, so then you can plan your essay accordingly. After that, the fourth one is, do you think advantages outweigh the disadvantages? Do you think advantages outweigh disadvantages, right? So that is also an opinion essay. Is that clear? Now in your exam, you are not going to write a wrong essay. If it is opinion essay, you will understand and you will write opinion essay. Very simple. Now, the next thing is how to structure your opinion essay. How many paragraphs you are supposed to write, what to write in those paragraphs. You're going to discuss all these things. First of all, remember, whenever there is an opinion essay, you will write 5 paragraphs. Okay, in any type of opinion essay, like do you agree, disagree, how far, to what extent, and all that. In the first paragraph, which is called introduction, there you will give your opinion clearly. First of all, you will write a general sentence about the topic, number one, sentence number one. Sentence number two, you will paraphrase the topic. Paraphrase the topic means to re-describe the topic using your own words. You can change the wording, you can even change the order and all that. After this, the third sentence is what we call your thesis sentence. Very, very important sentence. In this sentence, you tell whether you agree with the topic or you disagree with the topic, and I advise you all to either agree or disagree with the topic. You should not say I partially agree, then it becomes difficult to handle the whole topic and all that. Either you agree or you disagree, and in thesis sentence or planned sentence of your introduction, you will mention that clearly. Okay, now whenever we have opinion, just remember, behind our opinion we have reasons. If I agree, there is a reason. If I disagree, there is a reason. So you need to come up with 2 solid reasons for your agreement or for your disagreement. And these 2 reasons should be logical. These 2 reasons should be mature reasons, not just like childish reason or a very minor thing or anything like that. It should be mature or reasonable reason, I would say that. Okay, 2 reasons. Now basically these 2 reasons will go into 2 paragraphs of your essay in the body paragraphs. Now one more thing. Whenever you write an opinion essay, it is important to write contrast as well. Sometimes you may argue, why should I write contrast when I agree with the topic? Even if you agree, you need to write a paragraph about what you disagree with or what people think about it. And that is what we call contrary view. For example, I agree with the topic. However, there is a large number of people who disagree. Their argument is this. So in order to balance your essay, you will write a contrast paragraph. In contrast paragraph, you will just write opposite to your opinion. Means if you agree, people who disagree, what do they think? In a minute, I'm going to show you all these things. Don't worry, okay? I'll not leave you in any complex situation. We will go through one sample answer and you will see all these things. So in the body, you will write three paragraphs, two paragraphs to support your opinion. As I told you, the reason for your opinion. One paragraph for contrast, and then you will write conclusion. In conclusion, once again, you will restate your opinion and you will give the summary of these 2 points, and that's it. This is how you write opinion essay. Now, at this point of time, if you have any question, you can ask me, and then we move ahead. Okay, let's go on. Now we are on page 67, and we are going to see how to read and interpret the topic. It's very important to understand the topic in the real sense of the topic, not your understanding. Understanding of the topic as the topic is. So we've got a topic here. It is a common aspiration among many young people to run their own business rather than work for an employer. Now this is the topic statement. And with this statement, either you have to agree or disagree. Let's interpret it. You can interpret it into your own language, like into your mother tongue. That's fine. You can just do that. Or you can interpret it into English. It depends on you. And you can spend a couple of minutes on this. Like you got to read it, then read it again. And I advise you, when you are doing writing task 1, in actual test, they will give you task 1 and task 2 together. First of all, read essay topic, so that your brain starts hatching some ideas and you know what sort of essay there is. That's your first reading. Then after doing task 1, when you come back and read it again, you will be able to understand the topic in a better way. So with the break, when you read it again, that's what they say whenever you are writing. For example, if you're writing an important business letter, write it, then leave it. After an hour, check it again, and then you will find some mistakes. You will find some points where you need some editing and all that. But you don't have that much time, so it's a good idea to read the topic for essay writing first, then do task 1 comfortably, and then again come back and reread the topic. Now, what's the topic? It is a common aspiration. Let's simplify it for our own understanding. It is a common aspiration. Common means everyone has. Aspiration means desire. This is everybody's desire. Is that clear? Among many young people. Now, this is a very common desire of young people. For young people, who are the young people? Fresh graduates, youngsters, young workforce, right? You can use the word graduates and postgraduates and all that. So this is their common desire. Now, what is the desire? To run their own business. Now, running their own business, appropriate word for that is entrepreneurship. To run their own business means they want to become entrepreneurs. Now, what is entrepreneur? You have your own business. You are your own boss, right? You are not answerable to anybody. So now we understand this is a common desire of young people to run their own business rather than work for an employer. Instead of doing a 9-to-5 job, work for employer means doing a 9-to-5 job, working 5 days a week, right? Having a boss on your head all the time. And then you say, I want to kill my boss or something like that, okay? So, this is how we can understand the topic. Remember, whenever there is the topic, 2 things are important to understand: the type of the essay and the topic of the essay. Type means this is opinion essay. Topic means that's what we are working on, right? Okay, rather than work for an employer. Now we have the question, do you think the advantages of working for yourself outweigh the drawbacks? Now, if you think working for yourself means entrepreneurship, working for yourself means running your own business, if you think running your own business has more advantages than disadvantages, then you agree with this essay. Is that clear? And if you think actually the drawbacks are more, if you run your own business and there are more drawbacks and doing your own business has more drawbacks, then you disagree with the topic. So by the way, there's going to be a very clear voice that will come from your inside that I agree or I disagree. And it doesn't matter. If two students write essay on the same topic, one agrees, one disagrees, as long as your arguments are good, you will be able to get good bench score. They will not give you the bench score on the basis of your agreement or disagreement. Bench score will be awarded on the basis of what you write and the 4 criteria that they have. Okay. So, is this clear? Now, I want you all to come here. On the same page, come here. We've got these bullet points. The first bullet point is introduction. Include your opinion. That's the first paragraph and a short paragraph. In introduction, don't open the topic, don't describe the things, don't elaborate the ideas. Next paragraph 1. 1 or 2 ideas to support your opinion. Now, I would request you to go with one idea. In one paragraph, there should be one main idea to support your opinion. Next paragraph 2, another idea to support your opinion. As I told you, you need to come up with 2 ideas, and these 2 ideas are 2 reasons why I agree or why I disagree with the topic. Very good. Paragraph 3, look at the other side of the argument, 1 or 2 ideas. This is what we call contrast. For example, if you are in favor of running your own business, in contrast, you can write everybody or some people don't know how to run business, they don't have enough resources and something like that. So you can talk against your opinion in that paragraph. And finally, conclusion, restate your opinion. As you said that in the first paragraph, you can talk about it once more, but when you restate your opinion, this time you will give the summary of the 2 body paragraphs. Like topic, reason number 1 for agreement, reason number 2 for agreement. So you will give these 2 reasons in one sentence in your conclusion as well. Now let's go on with this essay type. I want you all to come to page number 72, please. Okay, now there is another confusing thing that sometimes students don't know what sentences they have to write. Now I will tell you how to present your argument, how to expand your argument, how to give relevant example, and how to conclude that. And in one body paragraph, there should be at least 4 sentences. When we talk about body paragraph, in one body paragraph, there should be at least 4 sentences. When I talk about these 4 sentences, try to make 4 compound sentences. Right? 4 compound sentences in your body paragraph. And if you write one complex, that will be better. And this is the plan for bench score 7 or above. If you're looking for 6 band, you can write simple sentences and few compound sentences. You can achieve that as long as you cover the topic. But if you're looking for 7 or above, then you should focus compound sentences. And whenever you make a compound sentence, you must use conjunctions carefully along with comma, because that's very, very important. And even if you don't know how to write a compound sentence, you can learn that and then you can write in your essay. Okay, now let's see. First paragraph. I'm on page 72. We got the first paragraph. These days, it is a common aim of many. Now see, the word aspiration has been replaced by aim. Exactly. So the first sentence is a general sentence about the topic. These days, it's a common aim of many people leaving university to try to start up their own company. Startup. Now, startup is a good word. Whenever somebody starts a new business, for that we use the word startup. Okay. All right. Now, second sentence is to support the first sentence. So, the first sentence is write a general sentence about the topic. Second sentence is add another sentence to support the first sentence. And that one here is they believe. Now, they means people. They believe that running a business has many advantages over working for someone else, such as the freedom to make your own decisions. This is one of the points you mentioned. Now, third sentence is what we call your thesis sentence. Thesis, thesis. That sentence gives your plan. And by the way, through this sentence, you tell the reader the type of essay you have written. If you say, I agree with this point of view, instead of this, if you write, there are many advantages and disadvantages, you are telling the reader, I have misunderstood the topic and I am going to write advantages, disadvantages essay. So this sentence is extremely crucial because you tell the examiner that I have understood the type of the essay and this is my stance on that topic. So, I agree with this point of view, comma, but it is important to bear in mind that running a company does not suit everybody. So, 2 paragraphs, I agree, and 1 paragraph, running a company does not suit everybody, right? That is for contrast paragraph. So, this is your first paragraph. You will not write anything more than that. Just these sentences will be written in the first paragraph. Okay, now as I said before, there are 4 things whenever you write your essay, examiner has got 4 points in mind. The first point is your task response. Now what is task response? Task response means you have written according to the topic. Task response means you have written minimum 250 words. Right? If you write beyond the topic or away from the topic, on the answer sheet, you can see they have a criteria off topic, OFF off. So off topic words will be out of the word count. For example, if you've written 1 paragraph containing 80 words off topic, it is going to be out of the word count. Out of the word count means they will not consider it at all. It will not be considered. So just imagine if your whole essay is off topic, then you'll be getting very low band on that. Then they have another criteria, crammed answer. If you write 1 crammed sentence, 2 crammed sentences, and examiners get to know that this is a crammed sentence, that is also going to be out of the word count. So you got to be careful with that as well. Anyways, the first criteria for them is task response or task achievement. Second is grammatical range and accuracy. They want to see the variety of sentence structures that you know. And for that, I always recommend the students to use compound sentences. Even occasionally, you can use complex sentences and some conditional sentences when you are giving example. Then we have lexical resource. Now, you can see here, the topic is common aspiration, young people, own business, work for an employer. So, you need to come up with a variety of words. For example, run their own business. Run their own business, you can paraphrase it, or you can use the word entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, starting up their own business, like that. And then we've got this work for an employer. Work for an employer, you can reword it like 9 to 5 job, working for someone else, doing a job, something like that. So this is what examiner wants to see, how many words you know related to that topic, and that's what we call lexical resource or vocabulary. Last one is coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion means how connected your ideas are. When you are writing, for example, if in 1 body paragraph you're writing 5 sentences, for example, so are these 5 sentences connected? Now what does that mean, connected? If I say, I have a glass of water, I use it every day. This glass is very beautiful. My mother gifted it to me on my birthday. I love this glass of water. Now these are 5 separate sentences without any link. And if I say, I have a glass of water which is really very dear to me because it was gifted by my mother on my last birthday. This is what they call good coherence and cohesion. So ideas should be connected. It's not that you write separate sentences. That's the plan for low band score, right? Okay, now let's go on. I'll show you all these things here in this essay, and whenever you read this essay, you need to keep in mind, okay, this is good lexical resource, this is good grammar, this is coherence and cohesion, and the task response. There are several benefits of setting up your own business. Now, when you write this sentence, it is to tell the reader that I'm going to start with the benefits. For me, the main one is that you have room to be creative. Now, this is what we call the reason. Reason number one for agreement, or argument number one for agreement, is room to be creative. Now, this room does not mean the room you live in. Room means space. You have the space to be creative, right? Okay, now see that I'm teaching IELTS. If I'm working for someone else, they would say teach in the classroom. But now I'm teaching in Royal Palm, so I'm doing my own things. I can be creative as I want to, right? This is one thing. Okay, let's go on. Room to be creative instead of having to follow your employer's decisions. Is that clear? Good. Let's go on. Instead of having to follow your employer's decision, you can set the goals for the business yourself, comma. Now, you must see carefully where there is a comma, and then after that, which word are they using. Now, you can see here, yourself, comma, which means the word which is actually connecting these two phrases. And this is what we call coherence and cohesion of your ideas, right? Which means that you feel more in control. This generally results in, now the word this, again it is connecting the whole thing with the previous one. This generally results in people feeling happier in their job. Now, can you tell me what is it that the word this is referring to? When they use the word this, where is this going back? क्या बता रहे हैं? This का क्या मतलब है? This कहाँ पे refer कर रहे हैं? Room to be creative, right? So it's just going back to that. Now this paragraph, if you take a look, it fulfills all four requirements: task response, grammatical range, lexical resource, and coherence and cohesion. Okay, not only that, now when you write not only that, and you've got a wide range of words you can use, not only that, secondly, apart from this, you can write more words. It's not that it's like mathematics that you will write only this, but it's a good idea. At least for each essay type, you should have your own template, your own plan. If it is opinion essay, you know in introduction I'll write 3 sentences, in body paragraphs I'll write 4 sentences, and you know some connectors and the type of sentences. So this is what you need to master, right? All right, not only that, you can also keep the profits if the company is successful. Next, we've got conditional sentence. If all goes well, comma, you will earn far more than if you work for someone else. Now, someone else has been used for employer or boss, so you can use like that. For instance, what does that mean? There's an example. So you can use for instance to illustrate, for example, to exemplify. Any phrases can be used. If you set up your own graphic design company, now usually when you give an example, it's a good idea to use conditional sentence, for example, right? For example, if you go to a foreign country, for example, if you live in a big city, so you should learn conditional sentence, the first condition where you use present simple with future. For example, here, if you like this say, if you work for someone else, for instance, if you set up your own graphic design company and you build a good reputation, you will be able to make sustainable profits. Now, the word sustainable profits, it goes in the basket of lexical resource, good vocabulary. You will therefore be more motivated to work hard, comma, in order to make a success of your company. Now, it is not necessary that every body paragraph should have one example. At least in one body paragraph, there should be an example, and the second body paragraph, you can elaborate your point. I mean, you can explain your point further, that is even fine, right? So, two body paragraphs which are in favor, two reasons. One reason is room to be creative and the second reason is profits. Exactly. Now we have this contrast paragraph. As I told you before, contrast is opposite to your opinion, something against your opinion. So let's see. Having said that, now you can start your contrast paragraph with however, or you can write on the contrary, right? You can use any phrase like that. However, or having said that, it is undeniable that, comma, running a business is risky. I don't think there's a comma. Yeah, there's no comma. It is undeniable that running a business is risky. Now, what is the topic of contrast? Risky. Running a business is risky. Exactly. If there is an economic downturn, look, this is a very good word. If there is an economic downturn, like these days, because of this coronavirus, we've got economic downturn. So if there is an economic downturn, comma, or you may make mistakes in your business decisions, comma, your company can go bust, comma, which can mean that you lose everything and you have to lay off your staff. This is an 8-band sentence. I advise you all to put this sentence in a bracket, write it on a piece of paper, focus carefully how this sentence has been prepared, and then try to copy this sentence by writing at least 5 sentences like this. Okay? Yes. Moreover. Now the word moreover is to achieve what? Grammar, lexical resource, coherence, cohesion, what? The word moreover has been used to achieve what? Is it related to task response? Is it related to grammar? Is it related to vocabulary? Or is it related to coherence and cohesion? Coherence and cohesion. Very good. You are telling the reader, moreover, means I want to say something more. It is very hard to switch off at weekends. Switch off is a good word. Switch off at weekends because the business is always at the back of your mind. Now this is contrast paragraph where you've written contrary opinion that running a business can be risky. Now we have the conclusion. So you can take a closer look how many sentences are there, what is each sentence and all that. To sum up, although there is no doubt there are some risks associated with running your own business, I believe the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. This is what one sentence summary of your whole essay. Okay, you can see they talked about risks, that is contrast. Particularly with regard to making decisions, that is room to be creative. Point number 1 in second paragraph. And you can write the second point also, profits as well. However, it should be said that not everyone is a risk taker and some prefer to work for someone else. So this is the final summary or conclusion of your essay. Is that clear? Now it doesn't mean you must write something like this. You may deviate a little, but the number of sentences, the type of sentences and what to write, it should be something like this. Okay? All right. Another thing, for the same thing, I have already shared this book. Make sure you got this. Otherwise, Mr. Yasin will provide you. Is it there? Yes. So we've got this booklet as well, right? This booklet contains many opinion essays, discussion essays, and problem solution essays. So you can follow this. And the way I read this essay for you, there are 4 things which you keep in mind. The first one is task response, the relevance of the essay with the topic. The second one is grammatical range, type of sentences, and I told you compound sentences should be used mainly. Lexical resource, that means vocabulary related to the topic. And the fourth one is coherence and cohesion. And you can see these templates will help you. These 22 templates are going to help you because mainly either you get opinion essay or you get discussion essay. So we've got opinion, discussion, double question essays, and even the problem solution essays there. So it's going to help you a lot, right?